Welcome to SSPTV Community News. I'm Lisa Sugart. Today we are here at the Butler Township Community Center for what is called a free coffee and conversation with your state representative, Mike Cabell, who represents the 117th Legislative District. Also here today is Senator Linda Schlegel-Culver, who represents the 27th District. So Representative Cabell, why is it important for you to have coffee and conversation with your constituents?
So first and foremost, it's accessibility. So in transparency, I have prided myself on being accessible to my constituents. So I've been doing a lot of these things going around my district, and I've done it with Senator Argel in Whitehaven. We did one in Eckley Miners Village, Senator Argel, and now it's time for myself and Senator Culver to team up. We're doing one here, and then I believe we actually have another one set up in Salem Township as well.
Now, it looks like there's a pretty good turnout here today. So are you getting a lot of people coming to these events? And if so, why are they coming? What type of questions do they have?
Yeah, this one looks like it's going to be one of my best attended, and I think as we continue to do it, they'll continue to grow, and I encourage that. I actually love doing these things. I do some teletown halls, and I get energized when I'm knocking doors or I'm talking to folks. This is why we do the job. The stuff that I do in Harrisburg is certainly important, but what's most important is serving the constituents, and doing that kind of stuff, like I said, energizes me, and yeah, I think it's going to continue to grow.
Now, you're in your first term as state representative. What are some of the questions that the people have been coming with? Is there like a trend that the same questions, or is it a variety?
First and foremost, and always, is property taxes. That is always the question that we have, and I campaigned early on eliminating property taxes. Unfortunately, when I got down to Harrisburg, I realized that's not a realistic possibility right now and where we're at. It's a regional issue, and I will certainly be answering a lot of questions on that, I'm sure. What we've done is expand the property tax and rent rebate program to help seniors, and I think that's been really my focus, is trying to find a way for at least to help our seniors. We're never going to eliminate property taxes, at least not in the near term in Pennsylvania, but we could at least potentially help them, maybe put a freeze on. But it's property taxes, it's parental rights, it's gun rights, that kind of stuff. We always get a lot of the similar questions.
I would assume that people are glad that you're making it accessible for them, like right here in the community.
I would hope so, and I encourage folks to let us know what you want from our office. We're able to do a lot of different things that I didn't even realize we were able to do until I joined the legislature, such as license plate events where you bring in your license plates that are damaged. We do senior scam events. We're doing one at the Meadows up in Dallas, where the Attorney General office comes in and talks to seniors. We go into the schools with Trooper Petrosky. He does some outreach to students. That's really the stuff that I think makes a difference as far as my position in the legislature.
And if someone has questions, concerns, how do they get in touch with you?
They give our office a call in Sugarloaf or up in Dallas, or repcabell.com.
Now, you have some bills that you're working on as well, so tell us briefly about that.
Yeah, so I have a parental rights bill that we just we're circulating a co-sponsor memo about, where it wouldn't allow third-party vendors to come into schools and entice children to sign up and use their services. I actually just released a co-sponsor memo too, working with Senator Mastriano, Senator Gebhardt, on a bill that would, if for any sort of illegal aliens, would have to send 10% of any funds. It would be a tax collected, and that would go back to the property tax and rent rebate program.
So that's money that they're sending out of the state to their homeland, and you want to tax that?
Yeah, so they're coming in, taking advantage of our economy, all good, but we're going to take 10%, we're going to give it back to our seniors.
I'm now very pleased to be joined by Senator Linda Culver, who represents the 27th District. This is wonderful that people can come to their community center and actually have access to their state lawmakers. Why is this so important for you to have an event like this?
I mean, we call it coffee and conversation. Sometimes the groups are bigger, so we have to do a different format, but it's about us getting into your community and you telling us, these are our issues, these are our concerns, and how can you help us? If you don't tell us, we don't know. And I always tell people, don't assume we know everything that's going on in every community and everybody's personal life, because if it's not impacting us directly, we may not know, and we won't be helping you if you don't tell us. And just opening that dialogue, I think it's important for people to know we work for them, and it takes that open dialogue to make change and work together. Change doesn't happen with just one person. So I love these events, and we plan on doing a lot more, especially since the area is fairly new to me. I'm already in love with it because it's just a beautiful area with a lot of great people.
Well, for people who are not familiar, you have the seat that was previously held by Senator John Gordner, so you're representing the same area.
Yes, it's the 27th senatorial district, and when he was getting reelected last time, or the last election, we were redistricting. So some of the folks knew Senator Gordner, and some of them did not. A lot of it was Lisa Baker's area. So when I'm introducing myself to the area, it's a challenge. Like, who did they know? How do they? The area fits together very well, especially with the rest of the districts. I have 5 counties, so there's some cultural differences, but pretty much. A lot of the same issues, and I've had a lot of unique problems just because of the area that we live in, but I always like to rise to the challenge, and I always say hold hands with the people who live there and solve those problems.
I was going to say to you, like when you go to these small communities like this, are you getting small community issues, or are they talking about something that's affecting everyone in Pennsylvania?
It's a mix. Sometimes it's national issues that have them scared and concerned, and a lot of it's border issues, and everyone always says, well, that's just a federal issue, and to some degree, it is. But then some degree, when we're bringing people here, it becomes a local issue. How's it impacting the local communities? Do we have enough supports here to support people coming in? And a lot of people have PTSD, language barriers, education issues, housing issues. It impacts the entire community. So we need to work together on these issues.
What do you see as some of the most important issues before the Pennsylvania Senate right now?
I mean, one of the ones that is always out there is infrastructure. We have an aging infrastructure system, and that is roads, it is water, it is sewer, it is broadband, it is so many different things. And if we don't have a strong infrastructure, people aren't going to want to live here, and people definitely are not going to want to put a business here. And as much as people don't like to talk about those issues, it is so important. So I would think that's one of the biggest issues. Education is another issue. I mean, as you see education, the face of it is changing, and we need to keep up with those times. And keeping our young people here with skilled jobs, providing them with that, so businesses want to come and we have the labor to support it.
Now, someone watching this, if they want to get in touch with you or your office, how do they reach you?
Oh, well, we have many offices. We have a staffer up here that lives in your community, and we come to this building, I think 2 days a week, and we go to Wright Township building, and we go to Salem Township. We try to spread ourselves around so we are easy to access, but we have lots of phone numbers you can reach us at. Just Google us. We're updating our website, so if you want to request a meeting with me direct, you can make the request yourself. If you prefer to call us, you can call us direct. I'm up here at least once a week. I try to make myself available into each county. So we are available to meet with you, and we would love to come out and see your community.